Hey everybody, I'm back with another egg cutting video. Got some really cool clutches here. Some of these have kind of started helping themselves out, so it's time to cut them. And first I wanted to explain, if you hear a lot of noise in the background, one of our fluorescent lights is really buzzing here right now, but also you may hear some thunder. It is storming out so bad here right now. I think we're supposed to get like 5 or 6 inches of rain over the next 24 hours. And I was out in the rain, which is why I look a little bit wet right now. So anyway, I just wanted to show some of these clutches here. This one hatched yesterday, or they started coming out yesterday. I was hoping to get all these in one video and actually be able to cut all the eggs open, but this one started helping itself out, but I thought I'd still show you what the results are. Okay, this one is from an ultramel pied bred to a double het, and the first baby that I hatched, the first baby that is in the egg is a hypo. And my ultramel pied stuff has hypo floating around in it. So that means that my ultramel pied male breeder is also het hypo, and the double het ultramel pied female that produced this clutch is actually a triple het ultramel hypo pied. So that's a hypo. So he or she would be double het for ultramel pied. Here's another one. This is a normal, so that would be 100% het ultramel, 100% het pied, and 50 or 66% possible het hypo. Okay, then I think that this is a hypo pied. When I was looking at it yesterday, I thought it was an ultramel, but it looked a little too dark to be an ultramel, so I'm pretty sure this is a hypo pied. Which is funny because this is actually the first hypo pied I've ever hatched out, and the bonus is that he or she will be 100% het ultramel as well. So it's a pretty valuable animal for breeding projects. Okay, then this one here is either an ultramel pied or an ultramel hypo pied. I saw some white on it yesterday, so it's definitely a pied. And it's a little bit lighter than a typical ultramel pied. Not that I've hatched a lot, I think I've hatched a total of 2 before this one, but I'm gonna say that one has hypo. So this may be a triple recessive. You know, I'll know more once it's out of the egg. I'll probably do this one in another video once it comes out and sheds and everything, get a better look at it, and then I can actually compare it to the ultramel pieds that I've hatched in the past. So anyway, I was hoping to cut that clutch so you guys could see my giddiness as I discovered what was in there, but they beat me to it. It's hard to get a lot of cool clutches all start hatching at the same time. You know, they're laid when they're laid and they hatch when they hatch. So, you know, you just got to take it as it comes. Okay, this next clutch is from an albino pastel leopard to an albino. And there's the little one coming out. Let's see, that's an albino leopard, but let's take a better look. Albino leopards are definitely one of my favorite. Yeah, that's an albino leopard, all right. Definitely one of my favorite out of all of the albino combos. See if I can clip this so I can get out a little bit easier. It's hard to cut these without risking hurting them. Oh, there, I'm gonna slide its head right back in, save me the trouble. So that's an albino leopard. I love albino leopards. They're one of the coolest albino combos. If you like high contrasted, really deep yellow, really bright white albinos, albino leopards are pretty hard to beat. I don't think that one's a leopard. If it is, it'd probably be a pastel. And the nice thing about this clutch is that these are all going to be no worse than regular albinos. I've been hatching out a ton of albinos lately. Albinos and taupinos and things like that. So that's an albino pastel and might be leopard. I generally don't like to cut my eggs open real wide so the babies feel like they need to exit right away because they may not be done absorbing their yolk. That's an albino leopard. Pretty certain anyway. My guess is that's an albino pastel leopard. It's just a little bit lighter yellow than the other ones. So we'll know more once we can get a better look at their pattern. But it looks like some pretty nice stuff in that clutch. Okay, next one. Possibilities for some super GHIs here. This is a pastel GHI banana bred to a pastel GHI. So it could be super pastel, super GHI bananas in here. That may be a super GHI banana. It's a lot darker than a typical GHI banana. There's a super GHI. Love those guys. I love really dark ball pythons. It's a pastel of some kind. Actually looks like it's got something else other than regular, just pastel in it, but doesn't look like a super pastel and definitely not a GHI, so I don't know about that one. I don't know if you can hear it, but Spike is chirping a little bit in the background. That looks like, maybe that's the super GHI banana. Or that could be a super GHI pastel. I don't know, that's weird. Pretty cool looking. I'll definitely show these in another video once they're out of the egg and shed. That's a banana. I'd say a pastel. I don't know, just not sure. I've produced pastel banana GHIs before because that's what the father of this is. It almost looks like there's another gene at play in here. There Spike goes. Someday I'll do a video just showing him. Just not see what kind of idiocracy I have to deal with every day with the bird. A really dark banana combo of some kind. I don't know, this clutch is confusing me a little bit. There seems to be some other things going on in here. Could possibly be a dual sire clutch, but I don't think so. I don't know, stay tuned on that one, we'll see. Okay, this next one here, I'm really excited about this clutch. This is from a pastel GHI clown bred to a spot nose het clown. I've only produced one spot nose clown ever, and that was the Batman that I showed in I think it was last week's video. This could have all kinds of different, probably world's firsts in here, if the odds are in my favor. Whoa. Oh. I'm sorry I'm teasing you guys like this, you know, without being able to show the end result, but this thing, I have to cut this one open a little bit more. Look at that pattern. Pastel GHI spot nose clown, possibly. that is going to be a cool snake. I think I might have hit on my favorite snake of the clutch in the first one, but let's see what is in these others. I'm going to say that's like it's probably a spot nose of some kind. I think this is a hat, but it looks like probably a GHI spot nose pastel, possibly. I really don't have a lot of experience with spot nose, so I don't really know what I'm looking at necessarily all the time with them. There's another clown. So that, I don't know. Not sure what that is. Usually when eggs are ready to hatch, they come apart a lot easier than these. I think this one might be a day or two before they ideally would have been cut, but they should be fine. There's a spot nose. It's probably a pastel too. It looks pretty light and bright. Well, let's hope for one more visible clown in here. Nope. I gotta look at this one again. That is some pattern on that thing. Oh, can't wait to see it out of the egg. Okay, and then I've got one more clutch that actually hatched out completely, and I was hoping to do an egg cutting video on these too. And I don't normally like to show babies once they hatched before they had their first shed. I figure if they're out of the egg, I might as well wait until they shed. But I was really excited about this clutch, so let's just take a look. This one is from a GHI clown bred to a GHI het clown. So this is my one chance to get a super GHI clown. Here's a GHI het clown. Here's a big baby. Here's a super GHI het clown. Look at the difference in the darkness there. Let's just go ahead and sex these right away too. This is a girl. Female super GHI het clown. Making a mess out of my table. And then, so I crushed the odds on this one. Here's a super GHI clown. And here's another super GHI clown. So these are a lot darker than a regular GHI clown. A lot darker. With a lot more dark pattern in it. And even the lighter pattern has a lot of darks in it. So those are super GHI clowns, and let's just sex them here. Got a male. Got another male. I don't need two males, so I'll actually have one of these things for sale. Probably these and one of these, and then I'll keep the other one of those. I know there's been very, very few of these produced. I did see one floating around on Facebook maybe a couple of weeks ago, but I have not seen much on this so far. So I think these are probably a couple of the first ever. And they literally just came out of the incubation box. This will have, you know, traces of vermiculite on them. Of course, they haven't shed yet. These guys should be really cool. They're actually a little bit GHI Mojave-ish, but they have more pattern to them. They're actually a little bit darker too. All right. Okay, that's all I have to show today. Still got a pretty fair number of clutches in the incubator. I've got, yeah, I mean, there's quite a few things in here coming out yet. So Yeah, stay tuned, and I will be back with another video very soon. If you want to see what I have available, make sure to check out my website, royalconstrictordesigns.com. And also, I'm running a sale on my adult proven breeders. Not all of them, of course. I still have hundreds and hundreds of them that I'm going to keep, but I've got some that I just don't need anymore. They're young, they're healthy, they're in the prime of their lives. They're awesome snakes. I've got nicer things that I want to replace them with. So make sure to check that on my website as well. And I will be back soon with another video, hopefully showing you some really awesome stuff. Thanks for watching.